If I'm showing up in your For You page, it's because you're concerned about the rise of fascism here in the United States and you want to know what to do about it. Well, I'm here to help you with that. My name is Chris Goldsmith. I'm a former U.S. Army Sergeant, and I am the founder of Task Force Butler Institute and Veterans Fighting Fascism. We train veterans to conduct open source intelligence research into domestic extremists so that we can hold them accountable in a court of law. And after Donald Trump won the presidency, I posted a video that got 1 million views. It went totally viral, where I was talking about the books that I was recommending people read before January 20th so that they could really prepare themselves for what it looks like to live under an authoritarian and how to fight back. And a lot of those books started selling like crazy, and people have reached out to me to get more recommendations. Well, we're past January 20th now. It's too late to be prepared. Now it's time to fight back. So, in addition to just educating yourself, one of the most important things that you can do to fight back against an authoritarian regime is to organize locally. While yes, it's important to participate in the democratic process and you need to pay attention to what your members of Congress, your senators are doing, that is not the only thing that you should be doing when it comes to organizing politically. The basis of all politics is local. It is community. And one of the ways that I want you to facilitate building community is through running anti-fascist book clubs. Now, my organization, Veterans Fighting Fascism, has had our reading list online, but we just updated the website this weekend with new manuals, new instructions to help the everyday person, and you don't have to be a veteran to be involved in this, for the everyday person to get organized to start building their anti-fascist book club. Now, you might be thinking, what does a book club got to do with fighting for democracy? And my answer to you is really everything. The first thing that the fascists come for is the intellectuals, information, education. Now, we have seen fascist figures like Ron DeSantis doing this for years. And you just look at the books that he's targeting. He's targeting the LGBTQ community, books about Black people, the Hispanic experience, the immigrant experience. And these assaults have been going on all around the country. It's not just in red states now. In fact, it's organized. This extremist group called Moms for Liberty, which is backed by billionaires, has been radicalizing people in towns all across the country and trying to strip every school of books about diversity and democracy. So look, if you've been following me for a while, you know that my whole theme is going on offense, because if you're going to be just playing defense, you lose. Whether it's a game of chess or you're playing football or you're fighting a war, if defense is the only thing that you think about, you lose. The other side gains an inch, the other side scores a point, they win. And in order to go on offense, you need to build your community. So let's get started with the Anti-Fascist Book Club. All right, so let me show you what's new with the Anti-Fascist Book Club materials. So if you start out at veteransfightingfascism.org, scroll over to Anti-Fascist Book Club and go down to Home. Here, instead of just a reading list with 10 or so books, we provide you with a whole host of materials. So let's start with how to start your own anti-fascist book club. Click on this link, and here we provide you the context of what you're creating this book club for. Our goal here is to create decentralized, self-sufficient networks all around the country. The only way that you can fight against fascists is if you have a community who is working with you. Each person specializes, whether that's in an intelligence role, gathering information about threats, or providing food or other kinds of community aid, or for people who engage in real-world protests, there are medics, right? The Anti-Fascist Book Club gives you a way to bring all of these people together so that you can share information. In simple terms, your Anti-Fascist Book Club gives you an easy way to establish the very core of the community that you need before you can effectively fight against fascism. So each one of these steps you can expand and get all of the details on how to make this work, right? So that's pretty self-explanatory. Just go ahead and click these and you get instructions for each step. Now let's go to the reading list. We've expanded our reading list a bit providing a bit more information about each one of our recommended readings. We want you to stick to the first 6 readings in order because we feel this gives you the most approachable overview of authoritarianism and how to fight back. And then after you take these in order, we just give you a whole list of a bunch of other anti-fascist books. And these we recommend that you use your anti-fascist book club as a little democracy and you decide together what you want to approach next. Now, this list is relatively short. There's only a total of 11 items here. We will continue working on this and provide you additional reading material and recommendations. So after you're done checking out the reading list, you can go to How to Start an Anti-Fascist Book Club. And here we provide a little more information about what your purpose of your anti-fascist book club is, and we provide you a 7-step guide on how to do it. Now remember, the key to doing this is that you're not doing it alone. So you're going to work with people to answer these questions. Is the primary aim political education, direct action, or coalition building? What thematic focus will guide discussions? Historical fascism, contemporary authoritarianism, anti-fascist resistance strategies, etc. And how will your club translate theory into praxis, theory into action, within your local context? You want to be explicit about how your book club fits into the broader movement and what role it will play in your community's efforts to combat reactionary forces. So start there, and then you can go and expand your mission. So when you get to this page, once you've read the first one, you can just click on the second, third, fourth, etc., and all of these expand as you go. So now that you've got the list, last up is the Anti-Fascist Book Club Leader Guides. Our Anti-Fascist Book Club Leader Guides lead you through the first 6 meetings. And each one of these meetings is a link that you can click on, and you can get a description on how you can actually go through these meetings. We will be providing downloaded PDFs. We're still working on those. But in the meantime, all of the information you need is here. So in each one of the meeting guides, you get a rough overview of how much time you should spend on each thing, how you can engage in each one of the recommended readings. You'll get some guiding questions. This will help you lead discussion. And in the context of the readings, you'll do things like establishing your group's expectations. We do not expect you to establish your entire plan or all of the rules of your anti-fascist book club right out of the gate. So every meeting will end with this kind of thing. You're going to establish group expectations and you're going to talk about next steps. So when you're done with the first meeting, you can either click on the second or return to the leader guide. Let's click on the second. For the second meeting, we recommend reading On Tyranny by Timothy Snyder. This is a very short book, super short and digestible. You might finish this in a single sitting, which gives you a nice dopamine hit and makes you want to read more. That's why we recommend starting with the short things. So, like the last one, it'll give you recommendations on how much time to spend doing each part of the meeting, and you'll end with your key takeaways and looking ahead on what you do next now that you've got this new knowledge. So we're really excited about this. We hope that you're excited too. Sorry this took so long to get up, but it was a fair amount of work to write out all of these things. And make sure you stay tuned because I will be giving a lecture pretty soon on how to do this. When we solidify what date it's going to be and what time it's going to be, I'll promote a link where you can sign up. Last thing, as a little bonus, I'm going to tag 2 creators down below who are just doing incredible work on helping people to understand what fascism is. One is a history teacher, one is a person who's working on their thesis. Both of them probably have their own reading lists that they might suggest, but they are TikTok creators who are doing an excellent job on this app, so give them a follow.